Just about having faith and not worrying about anything external. You know what you want to do, you have a mission, you know where you need to go to do it, just go do it. You can't be worried about what someone else thinks or someone else's limiting beliefs. And if you ever run into situations where you feel inadequate or you feel less than, then that just means you're not meant to be in that particular situation. It has nothing to do about your potential or what you're trying to do, the alignment with the other person in the situation. Like, you just got to keep that motherfucker rolling no matter what. Make the content, do the shit, create your own opportunity, just like not giving a fuck. Really think about like people that are successful or whatever. It's because they're not scared to fail. They don't care about rejection. They don't care about saying no. Just about like taking a risk and just not caring about stuff that you can't control. You can't control if someone likes you. You can't control if you get a gig or something. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah. On March 4th, 2024, I got fired from my job. And at first, I was like, oh my God. But now, I'm like, who gives a fuck? I am Nikayla Janae. I am that girl. I am God's girl. I am a fashion creator / expert, and I am a business owner and a soon-to-be media powerhouse. But let's get into why I took the job, what was the job, and what did all the job entails. The job was an extension of something that I love, which essentially is content creation, making social media content, making content in general. That's my jam, right? That's why I took the job. It was an extension of something I love. I did something else on the job, but that was a part of the job. Employed by someone who I looked up to, who I thought was a mentor figure. She wasn't like officially established as my mentor, but I did look up to her because she was killing it in her game of what she had going on. Although I did not have the aspiration or drive to do exactly what she did, in some sort of way she was still a boss. So I looked up to her, and before getting fired, I always knew that, like I said, it wasn't my end all be all, but I always knew that God was telling me that my purpose was bigger. I knew since I was a little girl that I was going to be something out of this world. I just didn't know exactly what it was until I got introduced to content, and you know, I kind of just start doing that little thing. But I always knew as a kid I was going to be out of this world, right? But I'm not a nepo baby. I don't have rich parents. I am not famous. I am a regular girl, right? But I'm a regular girl who's gonna make it to where she wants to be when the time is right, and with everything God gave me. I always knew that the job was not long-term, and when I say long-term, I mean that it was not my end-all be-all. That wasn't my story. That wasn't my career, and that's not what really kept me thriving. That's not what kept me up at night. That's not what woke me up in the morning so ready to start my day. That wasn't my thing, but it was definitely enough to get me through college, right? I'm a senior. I graduated in May, so it was a comfortable space for me, and I'm already in a space of working on my dreams and doing what I love every single day, which is creating content, being an influencer, being a content creator, and also being a storyteller. What a deeper reason though, to let girls know that there is so much more to life, and I want to let girls know that you could be that girl no matter if you got $5 or $1 million, right? Like I said, I always knew that the job was gonna come to an end, but I just didn't know it would come to an end as soon as it did. And that's okay, because God always has the final say so. When somebody closes the door in your face and tell you no, it's not really a no, because they are not the story, the creative director, the of your life. Like, God is. He is the steer of everything. He has the last say so. He tells everybody else what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, just because that person closed the door in my face, that's not the end of the world. And that is exactly when I figured out that, because I had like a little small limiting belief.
Limiting belief. A false or restrictive thought pattern that holds a person back from achieving their full potential, often rooted in fear, doubt, or past experiences.
I felt like I always needed a mentor to make me great, or I always felt like I needed someone to pour into me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always craved that, but you don't need that to be great. Like, I always knew that I was this powerful seed, this, you know what I'm saying? I always knew I was that girl, but I always felt like I had to have someone pour into me and nurture me and give me the game and talk to me and like get me to the next level and have me some connections and whatever the case may be. But once I realized that that's not the case, and that's okay, then, you know, shit just shifted for me.
Shift, a change in position, direction, or tendency.
Like, I literally just got up one day and started going crazy. Like, you don't need nobody to tell you what's next, how to do this, how to guide you. You need God. God is who you need to get you to the next step. You don't need the next person to get you to the next step. Like, what? Like, nah. At the time, the job felt so important because, like I said, it was a consistent income. I'm already making money from what I'm doing, but is it consistent? No. Is the goal to get it consistent? Yes. So that was just something that I always knew that was coming in at this specific time, at this specific day, when it was supposed to, when I needed it to, right? But losing that was kind of like a damn, but it was never like a I'm crying damn. It was like a type of vibe. But I realized, I knew from the beginning that it wasn't life-changing. It wasn't a life-changing amount. It didn't get me ahead of the game. It was just a consistent chunk that I was getting every single month. Comfortability,
State of being at ease, free from stress or discomfort, often associated with security, and a resistance to change or growth.
I have learned, and God keeps showing me time and time again, comfortability gets you halfway there. You're never gonna get everything you truly want out of this life if you keep being comfortable and keep doing what you know is not for you, and being around those people that are not for you. And just like, you know what I'm saying, like when you know, like God gonna show you a million times. You gotta listen, you gotta get up and move when he said move. And it's like, I didn't get up and move when he said move, so he moved it out the way for me. Like, now I am doing everything that I want to do and everything that God wants me to do, and I'm walking with God, and I'm praying for my vision to align with his.
Sometimes we're supposed to be active in our purpose, but we choose comfort instead. We choose the same mundane thing over and over, the same life. Oh, I'm comfortable. Oh, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing this for 15 years. Well, this is just my life. Well, I'm 45 now. This is just my fate. Well, I'm 50 now. But no. Well, I don't want to go back to school. I'm 50. It's going to at least take me 4 years. Well, the 4 years are going to pass anyway. So you might as well be 54 with a degree than just 54 and not have went back to school. It's never too late. And in this season, you have to get out of your comfort zone and be obedient to what God is calling you to do in your purpose and finding fulfillment ultimately. And y'all, when we avoid doing what we know we should do and what God is calling us to do, it opens up the door and the window for distraction, for temptation, for sin to creep in, for negative thoughts to creep in.
Yeah, like I said, I always wanted a mentor. I always felt like I would be even more that girl if I had someone to give me the game, show me the ropes, and show me what they know. But it's like, you don't need that. Like, God literally gives you everything you need. And that's another thing that I learned time and time again. He gonna give you everything that you need. You already have everything you need. Everything that you're seeking outside of what he already gave you is you're never gonna be sufficed. You're never gonna be happy because you're trying to figure out, why don't I have this? I need this, I need that. When God gives you a spread, he gives you what you need. That's what you need to work on. And once you master working on with that and getting that, then, you know, he gives you more. But it's like, also sometimes when it's just not your story and that's not for you, it's not for you. That wasn't for me. That wasn't my story. Not control how people do things.
Control the controllable. The practice of focusing energy and effort on factors within one's power while letting go of what cannot be changed. A mindset in resilience, discipline, and adaptability.
You can only control you, how you react, and how you move. Like, that's it. That's literally it. And I want y'all to know that, like, and I have been hearing this for the longest, but until I really realized that you are the author, the creator, the storyteller, the one in charge of your life, you can only control you. That'll save you so much heartbreak, so much irritation, so much feeling like people are weird, so much all other things. You can't control that person. Let that person live that. I also want you guys to know that every no isn't a no. Some no's are the best thing that could have ever happened to you. Like, everything that is supposed to be negative don't gotta be negative. That's another thing. And another thing I want y'all to know, that like y'all heard in that voice message earlier with my friend, see, the whole undertone of the video that y'all just watched, that monologue, that was my friend. I was sending him a voice message and I was just like, hey, how do you deal with knowing that, you know,
okay, so you know how like my senior season, my last semester in college is approaching, right?
So I just started applying for like full-time jobs like in Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, whatever. And I want to know, how are you able to move without being like scared, but follow your dreams and pursue what you want to pursue, like unapologetically. Like, how do you do that? Because like I'm just so torn. Like, I want to do it so bad, but it's like, damn, my comfort zone. But it's like, fuck, I know what I need to do to be able to succeed. But it's like,
And I told him all these things because post-grad is approaching, and I know I can't stay in my hometown again like I did for college, and I can't do all of those things. I cannot stay in my comfort zone because that won't reward me. That won't get me to what I need. I have to go out, expand my horizon, get into the field, and do what I gotta do. And one thing that I always admire about certain people is just that, like, they can just get up and go and do what they need to do with no remorse, no feeling, no scaredness, no sadness, nothing. I don't have that trait. I can't just get up and go. Like, no, I don't have that. But I do have a whole bunch of hustle, a whole bunch of talent, a whole bunch of drive. So I'm going to get there regardless. But another thing, I want y'all to know that you can only control you. You cannot control the people. You cannot control how the people talk to you, how they say things to you, how they do things, how they handle things, how they move, how they operate. I want you guys to know that every no isn't a no. Some no's are the best thing that could have ever happened to you. Like, everything that is supposed to be negative don't gotta be negative. That's another thing. And another thing I want y'all to know, that like y'all heard in that voice message earlier with my friend, see, the whole undertone of the video that y'all just watched, that monologue, that was my friend. I was sending him a voice message and I was just like, hey, how do you deal with knowing that, you know, and I told him all these things because post-grad is approaching, and I know I can't stay in my hometown again like I did for college, and I can't do all of those things. I cannot stay in my comfort zone because that won't reward me. That won't get me to what I need. I have to go out, expand my horizon, get into the field, and do what I gotta do. And one thing that I always admire about certain people is just that, like, they can just get up and go and do what they need to do with no remorse, no feeling, no scaredness, no sadness, nothing. I don't have that trait. I can't just get up and go. Like, no, I don't have that. But I do have a whole bunch of hustle, a whole bunch of talent, a whole bunch of drive. So I'm going to get there regardless. But another thing, I want y'all to know that you can only control you. You cannot control the people. You cannot control how the people talk to you, how they say things to you, how they do things, how they handle things, how they move, how they operate. What? I don't lie, like, at first I knew I didn't have all the answers. I know I didn't know where to start next, but I also knew that I wasn't starting from ground flat zero. Like, I already had been building up my own self. I was talking to my therapist and she said that she didn't want me to make it a big deal. Like, she literally, I talked to everybody that day. Some people raised my anxiety so high. Some people was like, fuck that, da 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 da. And I had my therapist coming in at that medium ground, and she was just kind of like, she made me feel like it was literally no big deal. And after that therapy session, I just walked out with my head high and feeling like that girl even more than I was before I found out that it's not that serious. It's not that fucking serious. Like, it's literally not that serious. I think a lot of the times we get so caught up on things, and people get so caught up in ego and just feeling like, you know, they the biggest and all this and all that, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, it's not really that. My therapist said it's not a big deal. Look at it as you guys were in a good fit and go your separate way. That's not your end all be all. And heavy on that, that's not my end all be all. Here's some key things that I want everybody to take out of this experience. And I decided to come on here and share this and be really vulnerable because I feel like people don't know. Like, people always see your yes, and social media is a constant realm of people sharing their wins and everything that good comes to them. And I agree, I love it, I love to see it, and I do it as well. But for a second, I feel like we need real back in the picture. Like, I don't get told yes every day. I get up every motherfucking day and bust my ass and do what I gotta do. I think about content, I think about my business, I think about my future day in and day out. And I saw a post on social media that said, like, if you can't go a minute, if you can't go a day without thinking about it, don't give up on it. And I ain't giving up on it. I ain't letting up. Like, I don't go a day, a second, a minute, a fucking minute thinking about it. If you know me, then you know I'm always walking around with my headphones on, listening to some sort of podcast, some sort of sermon. I'm always locked in, walking around with my notebook, because as soon as an idea comes to my head, I'm writing down, I'm taking note, because I gotta revisit it. I don't want to forget it. Like, I'm not letting up until I get what I want. And I want to bring you guys, and I want you guys to embark on this journey with me, because I want y'all to grow with me, and I want y'all to accomplish as I'm accomplishing. And I want to teach you guys and show you guys that you don't need nobody to succeed. All you need is God. All you need is God. Like, you don't need nobody else. Like, so many times and times again, you feel like you need somebody, but you don't. I want y'all to take that away. You don't need anybody. All you need is you and God. That's it. But what's next for me? I will be spending the rest of 2025 hammering at my dreams, going crazy, locking in, and doing what I need to do, and doing what God has called me to do. I am saying no to fear. For the remainder of the year, like I said, I'll be taking risks, betting on myself, and saying fuck it. If you're watching this and you're feeling stuck, I want you to know that you don't have to have all of the answers right now. Bet on you, invest in you, and believe in you. Everything that I was waiting on God to give me, it was already inside of me. He had already gave me everything I needed. I just had to stop doubting myself, stop worrying about other things, and hone on what I needed to work on. This is just the beginning. Like I said, I'm betting on myself. I'm going all in, and I'm saying fuck it. And the best part about it, I am not looking back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to take you along on my journey with me, onto like rebuilding my life, glowing up, going all in, saying fuck it, like all the things. I don't know, but until next time, I'll see you guys, because the next vlog is gonna be tea. Bye.
This video isn't just about me. It's about you too. It's about you stepping into your purpose, trusting that what is meant for you won't miss you, and realizing every no is just redirection. I lost what I thought was stability, but in that loss, I found clarity. If you ever felt stuck, scared, or unsure of what's next, I hope this reminds you that you don't need permission to take control of your own story. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the belief that you can have it. So what's stopping you? Girl, what's up? Welcome to the fucking diaries, where the vibes are good, real, raw, and unfiltered. I hope you guys enjoy.